And set to jump it up, Jalen Billups and Matt Donlin. And, well, the Penguins are kind of limping into the tournament now, but a win here tonight would be important on the line. The 7th seed in the Horizon League tournament.
You definitely would like to get the win here, get yourself a little momentum. And just to reiterate real quick with Bobby Hayne, talked to Jerry McGee, longtime Penguin supporter before the game. He said goes to practice all the time, never has a sad face. Again, always upbeat, very positive. Again, even though he's faced a lot of adversity, great young man.
It's got to be very disappointing for Bobby Hayne. Off the dribble, Tyler White fights it up and won't go, but he's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2 very quickly. White is a senior out of Lima, Ohio. By the way, that's the first foul on Jordan Andrews, and the Penguins first.
And that's what we're going to be able to see as far as the Penguins. Can they control some of this penetration on the defensive end and contest some shots and make it a little difficult for Northern Kentucky to score.
White is one of those players averaging in double figures. As a free throw shooter, he's 77%. Just underway here in the first half. Northern Kentucky on the scoreboard, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Norse. Francisco Santiago has it over to Andrews. Up at the top of the key, it's Kaufman. Here's Donlin, one of the best three-point shooters in the Horizon League. Handing it off to Cameron Morse, one of the best scorers in the conference. Here's Andrews for 3, around, and it falls out. The rebound down to Northern Kentucky. Levon Holland gives it over to Murray. From the right side, Billups out to Murray for 3. Back of the rim, no good. But the rebound is tapped out to Northern Kentucky. It's Billups, the big guy. They work it over to White, who's eyeing up a 3. White off the dribble, cut off. They feed it up to Garnett. Off the glass, his follow won't go. Billups, third try the charm, and it's up and good. And it's 3-0 Northern Kentucky.
You can see that second chance point by Northern Kentucky. Just a great job of attacking, and Billups able to pick up the third opportunity for the high percentage shot.
Cameron Morse raises up, back of the rim, no good. The rebound to Levon Holland. He's quickly up the floor. Holland lobs it underneath. Billups puts it up and in.
And you can see right now, Northern Kentucky getting a lot of great looks. Very in tight to the rim. Scoring at will, 5-0, Northern Kentucky.
This is a Northern Kentucky team picked to finish last in the preseason poll. And it's going to be Tyler White picking up the personal foul. And Jerry Slocum will go to his bench. And we'll see for the first time tonight, Sidney Amude. Jordan Kaufman heads to the bench. And gets an earful from Coach Slocum.
Yeah, Coach Slocum's not happy with that defensive effort, that type of position. You can't give these teams in the Horizon that many easy looks.
Amude puts it up, it's no good. And the rebound down to Holland of Northern Kentucky. Up at the top of the key, it's Murray. Into the hands of Holland. Holland cut off near the elbow. Into the far corner, 3 ball up around, and it falls out. Donlin comes down with the rebound. Of course, these two teams meeting for the second time as Donlin fires for 3 and hits.
And that's what he excels at. Donlin does a fantastic job of trailing the break. Great footwork, getting his feet down for the 3.
Donlin ranks 3rd in the Horizon League. 2.6 threes made per game. And we have a whistle and a Youngstown State foul as you get a look at John Brannon in his first year heading up this Northern Kentucky program. And boy, he's another one of those young up-and-coming coaches. Has quite a pedigree, he does. As Kaufman is going to come back in.
Coach Slocum's going to find somebody that's going to try to get a hold of Billups and get him under control, because right now he's just taking a lot of space up in that middle.
Murray for 3. That time he missed. Rebound Kaufman for Youngstown State. 5-3 in favor of Northern Kentucky. That's a Norse foul called against Jordan Garnett. We mentioned this is the second meeting between these two teams. That foul will be number 1 on Garnett. The Penguins allowed Northern Kentucky to secure their very first ever victory in the Horizon League, beating the Penguins by 20. And that took place back on the 14th of January Here is Morse. Morse around to the top of the key. Here's Andrews. Handing it off to Santiago. 13 to shoot. Santiago off the dribble. Line, lane. Shot blocked out of bounds. Major league rejection by Billups.
Tell you what, Billups only standing at 6'6", takes a lot of space up. Very aggressive guy in the middle.
Billups ranks among Northern Kentucky's all-time leaders in field goal percentage, blocks. That's his 130th career block. Ball is into Morse. Morse thought about the three underneath Kaufman. That one short. The rebound down to the Norse. Levon Holland into the paint. Has his shot rejected. Here comes Morse back in the opposite direction for the Penguins. Cameron Morse gives to Santiago. Hands it off to Andrews. Andrews gives to Morse. Morse thought about the open three. Couldn't find that opening, however. Santiago off the dribble. 15 to shoot. Santiago in the corner. Guarded there by Cole Murray. They work it left of the lane to Kaufman. Morse for three. That one too strong. Strong rebound by Billups. Northern Kentucky gives it up to Billups. Billups is an interesting story. As that three ball is up, around, and it comes out. Billups led the nation last year, 69.6% from the floor. Andrews knocks it down, and the Penguins take the lead.
And that's what you'd like to see a little bit more of. Those situational threes in transition. Get down there, get good early shots before the defense sets up.
6'5", Youngstown, stick, easy look underneath. Cole Murray.
Again, defensively, high percentage shots right now for Northern Kentucky.
Santiago, wide open three, too strong. Off the miss, Cole Murray comes down with it. Lob underneath, Billups puts it up and in.
Billups just beating the big guy down the floor, running the track. Coach Slocum not happy. Amude's gonna be in.
Donlin with the ball, up to Kaufman. Here is Santiago, off the dribble. Top side, Donlin for three. He's got it!
Again, right in his range. Again, likes the top of the key area. Does a fantastic job of just elevating on the three for his second of the night. 6 points for Donlin.
And we're tied at 9, 14:43 left here in the first half. Ball in the hands of Tyler White. Top side Murray. Here's Levon Holland. Holland over to Garnett. Top side Holland for three. Short off the front edge. Santiago comes down with a rebound. Over to Cameron Morse. Morse from the wing to the top of the key. Andrews around a screen, handing off to Donlin. 19 to shoot. Donlin. Now Morse. Into the paint, line, lane, puts it up and in, but an offensive foul has been called. Jerry Slocum beside himself on that Penguin bench. Take another look as we head to break. 14:08 left to play here in the first half. We're tied at 9 on MyYTV.
Happy with that call.
No, not at all.
You know, but with Morris coming in there, he had Andrews wide open in the corner. And that's one of those you've got to kick. You've got to realize the defense is there, make the extra pass.
So Morse picks up his first personal. Drew McDonald has checked in for Northern Kentucky, as has Dean Danos. Tyler White with the shot clock winding inside of 10. Here's Deontay Cole up to Brennan Gillis. White for three, up no good. Rebound McDonald, loose on the floor. Gillis puts it up and in.
Late in the shot clock, they get the contested three, however, unable to get the loose change. Northern Kentucky, another point blank layup.
Inside of 13 and a half to play. Cameron Morse off the glass and in.
Cameron Morse looking to attack and has done a good job of that of late, getting his head up and attacking the rim.
Morse leads the league with 23.2 points a game in league games. He's second overall, 19.9 per game in terms of points. Here's Danos outside, up to McDonald. Back to Danos. Bounce pass underneath. Ball is at the feet of the Northern Kentucky player. Sidney Amude threw it down.
Nice job by Donlin in that recognition. to get Amude out and running. Great lead pass for the finish.
Penguins with a 2-point lead. It is 13-11. White line lane, puts it up, trying to draw some contact. It's tracked down by McDonald. McDonald dribbles it off his foot, out of bounds, back to Youngstown State.
And Youngstown State fortunate there. There was a little bit of body contact, but no call. So again, we're going to see where the shot selection with YSU, what they're able to get, continue to get some good quality looks on the offensive end.
Cameron Morse into the paint, raises up, and it's off the front of the rim, no good, and the rebound down to Tyler White of Northern Kentucky. White around to the left side. This is McDonald. Over to Danos. Three-pointer, way too strong, and the rebound to Cameron Morse of Youngstown State. Here's Latin Davis. Line, lane, back to Amude, but a turnover back into the hands of White. White crosses over on Morse, puts it up way too strong. Tap won't go, and it is going to be a foul against Northern Kentucky. And I think it's Brennan Gillis. And with 11:54 left to play here in the first half, it's YSU 13, Northern Kentucky 11. Women for a job well done.
Exactly. You know, you look at it, just the time management, the organization that you have to have with practice time and travel time. A lot goes into it.
Santiago feeds it to Donlin. Donlin fights it up off the rim, no good. Now the rebound comes down to Northern Kentucky. It's Danos. Up the floor, Danos. And we have a whistle and a foul off the ball. And it's in the vicinity of Matt Donlin, but let's see. Yep, it is Donlin. That'll be his first. That is the fourth Youngstown State team foul. Jordan Andrews is going to come back in. And we'll also see Bryce Nichols check in for Youngstown State. Jalen Billups, the redshirt senior from Cincinnati, is also back in for Northern Kentucky. Todd Johnson is in for Northern Kentucky as well. And he quickly gets a shot up and knocks it down from up top.
Just a little miscommunication there by the Penguins. No one able to close out. Get the wide open three.
Cameron Morse answers back with a long three of his own.
And Morris, one of those guys, very streaky, scores in bunches. And there's an example of that now with his three, gives him 5 on a night.
The officials may want to take a look at that three. So you may want to mark that in the truck. On the wing, it's Johnson. They lob it left to the lane. Back outside Johnson. Here's Danos. Near side, right wing, three ball up, no good. Long rebound out to Johnson. And now here is Danos. Danos, long one. Back of the rim, no good, with the shot clock winding down. Off the long miss. Santiago into the paint, lobbing underneath to nobody. Picked off by McDonald. Back and forth, these two teams go. Danos, left side for three. This one short. Danos taps it off Nichols. And it is a Northern Kentucky foul. I think tagged to Drew McDonald. Nope, it's going to be Dean Danos, I beg your pardon.
And Danos, good recognition on a couple possessions ago, realizing the shot clock was ticking down, had to take the deep three. So again, YSU again has the tempo that they want. You know, can't force some of the turnovers, only 2 tonight right now. But again, got to get in that rhythm, got to get in that flow, get some continuity going.
Andrews out to Amude, backdoor cut. Santiago flips it up and in.
Amude, great look. Sees the defense not turning their head. Hits Santiago on the back door.
18-14. Look at McDonald. He found a clear path to the basket somehow, some way. However, he dribbled it off his foot out of bounds.
And right now, YSU really has to make sure that they're matching up here. That's way too easy to get that deep. Again, fortunate that that goes off McDonald.
YSU very fortunate there. Nichols over to Andrews. Andrews raises up, rainbow shot up and in.
Andrews trying to bring rain in Bigley Center with that one.
Here's Holland. They work it over to McDonald. Into the hands of Deontay Cole, who's in. Holland, Johnson, and now here is Jalen Billups. He's trapped in the corner, whipping it back out front to Cole on the left wing. Oh my, what a move. Francisco Santiago really went down to his backside. Here's Andrews raising up for three. That one will not go, and it's a foul called against Deontay Cole. And it's going to be 3 free throws upcoming for Jordan Andrews.
You know, even though San Francisco lost his balance down there, you know, one of the things that you notice about him, he's scrappy. He does a lot of the things in the stats, you know, as far as he's got 3 assists right now and 4 rebounds. He's a great rebounder as a guard.
Andrews puts it up, around, and it falls off. Jordan Andrews out of LaPlace, Louisiana, averaging 7.7 points per game. And he puts in the second one to increase the lead for Youngstown State to 21-14. Cole Murray is back in for the Norse. Andrews trying to knock down the 3rd free throw. And he does.
And this is where you've got Youngstown State now up 8. They've put a couple possessions together. You know, this is where they've got to continue to stay focused mentally in it and not have these letdowns that sometimes we see during the games.
Cole Murray up to the top of the key. McDonald bounces it underneath. Here's Billups in traffic. Takeaway by Amude. Into the hands of Santiago, whipping it over to Morse. Morse in transition for 3. He's got it!
And that's where they're successful. Transition threes with the trailer.
Timeout on the floor taken by John Brannon of Northern Kentucky. And Cameron Morse just continues to do the job on the run in rhythm. There's no one better. Cameron Morse coming into this one.
That you wouldn't let other guys take, because he is so effective and can score in bunches. And we've seen that many times this season.
25-14, Youngstown State up by 11. Billups over to Levante Holland. McDonald, Holland raising up short. Everything short for the Norse here in the first half. Cameron Morse whips it underneath the Amude. Throw it down!
Cam Morse shown not only can he shoot the ball, finds Amude for the dunk. YSU playing really smart and effective right now.
27-14, White off the dribble. Into the corner, Murray for 3, got it.
Northern Kentucky able to stop the run. Finds the 3 in the corner.
Cameron Morse with the ball. He gives to the elbow. Bryce Nichols spinning shot off the back edge, no good. And the rebound comes down to Tyler White. White picks up his dribble. Outside to Holland. There's McDonald. Now White. Around a screen. White from near the free throw line feeds McDonald, and he flipped it up and in off the window.
And that's a great job of drawing the defense. McDonald able to be the recipient of the easy 2.
27-19, Brett Francis into the ball game. He feeds Nichols. His shot is blocked, and it is out of bounds, and it will belong to the Norse when we come back. 7:26 left to play, first half. It's Youngstown State 27, Northern.
You know, finding the open guy, you know, putting some plays together. Talk about that tempo and that rhythm and that continuity. They've got a little bit of that going right now.
27-19 is our score. Northern Kentucky with the basketball. It's Holland in the corner. Outside White. White nearly walked, has it stripped away. Penguins come away with it. Here's Cameron Morse up the floor. Morse surveys the scene, feeds Amude, who puts it up and in.
Cam Morse, great job of being patient, recognizing that Amude was running the track, getting down the floor. Great hustle by Amude for the finish.
The lead is 10 for Youngstown State. This is Garnett, bouncing it to White. Penguins have been getting it done in all phases of the game. 4 Northern Kentucky turnovers. White is cut off near the elbow. Here's Holland, long 2, up way off the mark. Boy, Northern Kentucky continues to struggle shooting the basketball. 8 of 27 now. Penguins looking to increase this 10-point advantage. Over to Donlin. Donlin slices his way to the free throw line. And he knocked it down.
Another high-level difficulty by Donlin. Again, able to square himself up and knock it down, though.
Offensive foul. Great take by Jordan Andrews.
And that's one of those plays that keeps the momentum going. A lot of people doesn't show up in the stat book, but you can see it. Perfect call. Great charge by Jordan Andrews. Great sacrifice. What you like about YSU right now is that shot selection, that they're continuing to be very selective. 5 of 8 from 3, 62.5%. Again, shooting it well, getting a lot of good looks from 3.
Ball is in the hands of Amude. Here is Donlin bouncing it back to Amude. He gathers and puts it up and in.
Amude, pretty athletic, pretty aggressive, very effective right now, and very active. Gives him 8 in this first half.
33-19, White crosses over on Santiago. Feeds it back to Murray. Murray looking for the 3. Donlin, good defense. Here is Holland crossing over on Morse. He reverses his tracks, scoops it up way off the mark. Rebound Amude for Youngstown State. Ahead to Santiago. Santiago pitches back to Donlin. Donlin to Amude, who puts it up. It won't go, but Amude is going to go to the free throw line.
Again, I really like what YSU's doing right now. Again, keeping it spread, being unselfish, looking for Amude. And you can see Donlin, great read. Amude takes off pretty far away, but gets the foul. Opportunity to get to the line.
And Amude puts it up and in. A foul, the first on Cole Murray. 7th team foul against Northern Kentucky. Matt Rosenwinkel is in for Northern Kentucky. Amude trying to knock the second one in, and he does. So Sidney Amude is having a strong first half. He's into double figures. He has 10 points. 35-19 is our score. 5:14 clock rolling. Remember, the winner of this one gets the 7th seed in next week's Horizon League tournament. Rosenwinkel out front to McDonald. Todd Johnson out to Murray. 3-ball way offline. The rebound to Francisco Santiago. Santiago pitches to Donlin. Donlin cut off near the elbow. He fires and hits.
Okay, Donlin just very comfortable. Again, goes straight up and down. Picks up the target early. Knocks the long 2 down for 10th point of the half.
37-19. Isn't this a breath of fresh air? Shot partially blocked off the miss. Penguins come down with it. Here is Santiago. Santiago has it outside the 3-point line. He's defended there by Murray. This is Donlin. As we approach the 4-minute mark, over to Cameron Morse. Just in front of us. Morse into the paint, line lane, and he's able to draw the contact and the foul with the shot clock wound down to 9. So Cameron Morse is going to go to the free throw line and shoot a pair as Bryce Nichols prepares to come back in. Cameron Morse out of Flint, Michigan, has really done the job the entire season as Nichols returns. But that certainly bodes well for what Cameron Morse is going to be able to do moving forward. Cameron Morse, 29 points, a career-high 6 threes, and that loss the other night. At the moment, Morse is approaching another double-figure affair. He has 9. He has 15, 20 or more point games, 12 of those coming in Horizon League play. And Morse puts it in as Latin Davis will make his return and replace Cameron Morse. 3 Penguins in double figures with 10. It's Donlin, Amude, and Morse. There's Johnson at the top of the key. Inside of 4 minutes left in this first half. Holland has it onto the wing. It's Gillis, Holland. Topside Rosenwinkel. Off the dribble comes Drew McDonald. And we have a whistle. And a foul. I think they just got Bryce Nichols. They did. That'll be his first, 5th Penguin team foul. And with 3:47 left to play here until halftime, we'll head to a break. Youngstown State, or the end of the week, I should say.
Just very refreshing to see these guys play well in this last game. Just moving the ball, sharing it. the spacing. And again, Coach Slocum talked about earlier on about the growing process. And hopefully, this is something that they can learn from, watch, and grow, because they are playing well right now.
McDonald triggers off the rim, no good. Latin Davis comes up with a rebound. Davis to Andrews, who raises up for three. Off the rim, no good. Gillis with a rebound for Northern Kentucky.
Again, not a bad shot right there. Andrews didn't quite get square for that three, but again, transition three, they've been hitting them all night.
McDonald. Near side, Holland. Underneath McDonald. Grabs the ball. Whips it outside Rosenwinkel. Way off the mark. And boy, Northern Kentucky has been putrid shooting the basketball. 8 of 32 from the floor.
And I was thinking that word. I'm not sure I would have came up with it, but you could see, again, just YSU just getting to the ball a little bit quicker, taking better shots, and the result, they're shooting 50%, and Northern Kentucky shooting 25%.
Yeah, one noticeable difference for the Penguins tonight is they have a much more of a pep in their collective step. By the way, that's the second foul called against Brennan Gillis. So Bryce Nichols will step to the free throw line. Free throw up. And it's clanked off the back end, no good. Kaufman and Morse are going to come back in. Donlin will come in to replace Nichols at the next opportunity.
Can't reiterate enough. We got Donlin, Amuda, and Morris all scoring 10 points. But you look at Santiago, only has 2 points. But right now he's leading with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. So again, when you got guys that can do different roles, and whether it's rebounding, whether it's scoring, defense, assists, those are the type of things you need to develop a good cohesiveness. And right now, YSU trying to put that together.
Nichols with his first point, and that makes it 40-19 Youngstown State, as we're winding things down here in the first half. Johnson bouncing it to McDonald. They feed it underneath. That one up, no good. Tap is up and good, however, by Jalen Billups. Billups makes it 40-21. He now has 8. Off the dribble comes Santiago. Floater off the glass and in. Nicely done.
You said it. Great recognition. Picks up the target early. Nice and soft off the glass for his 4th point of the night.
Tyler White to the top of the key. Billups. White. Now McDonald. He's trapped near that baseline. They swing it around to Johnson on the wing for 3. Up, and he rattles it in.
Again, 2 consecutive buckets now. This is where YSU, again, you've got 2 minutes left in the half. Again, you want to make sure you're taking good quality shots, not squandering this lead when you played so well in this first half.
Northern Kentucky foul is called. I think they just got Todd Johnson. They did. So back to the free throw line will head the Penguins. And it'll be Cameron Morse. First foul, by the way, on Johnson. And Morse has been pretty darn good from the free throw line, 80.8%. He's been even better in Horizon League games, where he's connecting on nearly 83% of his charity tosses. But he misses the first one. So Morse is going to try to split the pair. He has 10 points at the moment. And he does. 11 for Morse. Holland will bring it across the time stripe. They have it over to Johnson. Lob underneath is for McDonald. He's swarmed upon. Ball knocked out of bounds. Well, they'll say it is off Youngstown State. 17 left to shoot. Holland has it into McDonald. 13 to shoot. Holland fake the 3, penetrates, whips it outside. Johnson for 3. He's got it. This is the kind of run that can change that very fuzzy feeling that you have going into the locker room.
And that's 3 consecutive buckets for Northern Kentucky. Again, you can see it starts to pick them up a little bit. We take a deep one.
Ball is knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Youngstown State.
And
fresh shot clock as well.
And that's what you talked about, that you take kind of that deep kind of contested three, and Coach Slocum's seen enough, he's going to get some guys back in there. You played well this entire half. You don't want to squander it in these last 2 minutes by taking some quick shots, and letting Northern Kentucky get some momentum and some confidence going into that half.
Santiago has it into Morse in traffic, off the glass and in. And Jerry Slocum says, let's talk things over. It's 45-29. Why call a timeout here?
Just make sure everyone's on the same page. You don't want to give up anything easy. You've created a nice momentum here. Again, Morris, just nice job using the glass right there. But you've got the momentum. You've stopped there.
And UIC Flames will do battle, and we'll have it for you at 10 tomorrow night right here on my YTV.
And to add to your point, why call the timeout? The offensive defensive sub. Get Latin Davis and France in there, so no cheap fouls.
Look at Billups. Called for the walk as he blew past Jordan Kaufman. But there's a reason he got that extra step, because he walked. Inside of the final minute of this first half. Latin Davis controlling things at the point, over to France. Outside the three-point line. France, now Nichols, and Davis. Latin Davis feeds Nichols, and he's able to draw the contact and the foul. And I think they just got Billups. Yep, that'll be his first. And it comes with 44.2 seconds remaining. So Nichols at the moment has 1 point, now give him 2.
Right now, you see the efficiency of the Penguins. They've got 16 field goals with 11 assists. Again, great job of sharing the ball.
46-29 is their score. Tyler White takes it baseline. He's cut off, and he whips it out towards that far sideline. 18 to shoot, ball in the hands of Holland. Holland finds an opening, that shot way offline. With a rebound to Bryce Nichols, and now the Penguins, you would imagine with the shot clock off, would hold for the final shot. Ball is in the hands of Latin Davis. First half clock down to 10. Davis heading around a screen from Kaufman. Latin Davis up to Santiago. Santiago whips it out. Davis firing off the rim, no good. And with that, the first half is in the books. So we have reached halftime here at Bingley Center. Memories with members of the YSU women's basketball team. And that was a nice ovation for the ladies there at halftime. But in the meantime, we have a pretty good one brewing here in men's basketball. Youngstown State with a 46-27 advantage. As we're just underway, as Cameron Morse has his shot partially blocked. Jordan Kaufman is fouled. Tonight's basketball broadcast is brought to you by Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC. Second foul tagged to Tyler White as Jordan Kaufman is going to head to the free throw line.
I want to see these first couple minutes if Youngstown comes out with that same type of attention to detail, sharing the ball, shot selection, or do they let Northern Kentucky kind of creep back into this and let this be a ball game?
Now you think about just a couple of, well, in fact, last Saturday it was, Green Bay. Penguins had, I think, an 18-point lead, and they end up losing by 17. You've got to keep the pedal pressed down and stay on the offensive.
Stay attention to detail. Make sure that you're communicating and doing the little things that got you this lead.
Ball in the hands of Holland. Holland flips to Garnett, and he muscled it up and in.
And that's a great job of attacking Garnett. Looks to just go right through Kaufman. Again, Northern Kentucky still going to be aggressive, and you can't rely on them to shoot that poorly in this second half.
Cameron Morse gives it over to Donlin. Now Santiago off the dribble. Whips it over to Andrews. Andrews faked the three. Now he fires and hits.
Very nice job by Andrews, understanding the defense, closing out high and hard. Does a great job of being patient. Shot fake, knocks the three down, and that gives him 10 on the evening, which puts 4 Penguin players in double figures.
Second foul on Cameron Morse. As we take a look at it, it's 49-29 with 18:38 left. So 1 team foul per side as the ball is into McDonald. He goes off the dribble. Shot blocked by Kaufman. Pitched ahead to Santiago, and now the Penguins will set up shop with a 20-point lead. Morse fires for 3, up no good. And the rebound down to Cole Murray for Northern Kentucky. Here's Holland into the paint, and it's an offensive foul called as he pushed off.
As he pushed off a little bit too aggressive. Cam Morris gets bumped underneath, and we're going to see the replay right here. And you can see the extension of the arm. Easy call. Good call by the officials.
First foul on Levon Holland. Second team foul. As now the Norse will bring some pressure. They force the turnover. Cole Murray for 3. He's got it.
Northern Kentucky looking to heat it up a little bit here, create some turnovers, get a little bit of pace going, get the turnovers. So again, YSU, pay attention to detail. Make sure you're taking good shots. Have good spacing.
49-32 is our score. Cameron Morse out to Santiago. Here's Morse 4-3. That one short. Garnett with the rebound.
And that's 2 long threes right there, guard to guard passing for YSU.
Holland up, under, and he muscled it up and in.
And here's the run we talked about. Northern Kentucky cutting into it. Gets it down to 15 right now. Again, YSU has to feel the pulse of the game. Think about the shots that they're trying to take. Get some high percentage ones, inside and out, penetration.
Andrews firing, 3 ball. That one up no good. Some of those shots that were dropping in the first half, not dropping now. Tyler White off the glass and in. Just like that, it's 49-36.
Great job by Francisco Santiago recognizing the timeout. Coach Slocum recognizes it even more. And timeout.
Timeout on the floor, 17:02 left to play here in the ball game. Just like that,
Yep. You missed the second one. You now missed the third one, and they start adding up. So that's where you've got to start to develop and say, okay, we've got to get something good here inside, get to the free throw line, and get a quality look to stop this run.
Francisco Santiago out front for Youngstown State. Inside of 17 left in the ball game. Cameron Morse behind the back. Morse now penetrates, whips it back to Andrews. 3 to shoot. Andrews fires towards that Penguin bench. Out of bounds and another turnover. And it's a shot clock violation to boot. So it'll go back to Northern Kentucky, and the Norse looking to cut even further into this 49-36 deficit as Jerry Slocum looks on, not happy.
Not happy, and that's good defense by Northern Kentucky. You know, again, they're not going to go away, and you can see they're doing a great job of getting what they need. Excellent play right there by Northern Kentucky. Yeah, excellent play. They're getting the high percentage shots right now and starting to build their confidence.
Cameron Morse off the dribble is fouled. So 16-16 left. That's Jordan Garnett picking up his third. And the ball is into Amude for Youngstown State. Over to Donlin, and we have an offensive foul on the screen. Just like that, the Penguins trying to get something going on the offensive end. And Sidney Amude picks up his second with 16-12 left in the ball game.
Again, give Northern Kentucky again credit. They're doing a great job offensively, defensively, have picked up the pace. And that's the thing about the Horizon. You got guys that can start scoring like that. Drew McDonald, great jump hook. Teams don't lay down in this league.
Boy, they sure don't. Typically, games go down to the wire. 49-40 is our score. Amude gives it to Morse. Here is Donlin raising up, long 2, off the mark. Amude comes down with the offensive rebound. He spins, puts it up, it will not go, but he will be at the free throw line when we come back. 15:40 left to play here in the ball game. By the way, that is foul number 1 on Drew McDonald.
Seems to be a lot the way our league plays this year. We have lots of scoring, lots of excitement. So this game's pretty typical for one team to score 49 or 50 points in the first half is pretty typical in the league this year.
Sidney Amude is off the mark on the free throw. You and I were talking in the break. It's hard to believe that the regular season is wrapping up here this weekend, and come next week, it'll be postseason. It'll be March Madness and Motor City Madness, something new. Your excitement level for the new format of tournament here this year for the Horizon League?
Yeah, just tremendously excited. I mean, this game's still important for the 7 or 8 seed. 9 and 10 seeds still in question. That has to do with tomorrow's game. So that's very exciting, and we think we're going to have a tremendous tournament in Detroit. Very excited about it.
49-43, Cole Murray knocks down the long three as Penguin fans are getting a little bit antsy here as Jordan Andrews knocks it down to make it 51-43. Kind of that new format is something that you look at all around college basketball, and so many of the conferences have all the teams in one place, and that's really a true tournament feel. That's got to make it exciting for the conference.
It's been a while for us because, as you know, we've generally played our tournament on home court. So to go to Detroit, go to the fabulous Joe Louis Arena, then go to the Detroit Event Center, it's going to be fantastic for our young people.
Sidney Amude puts it up and in, and it is 53-45. Up-tempo, back and forth these two teams go. And, of course, a few years back, it's hard to believe the great Butler runs of the past and the Cleveland State run of a few years ago. The Horizon League teams that would go to the NCAA tournament, as you look back, they used to call it a Cinderella. It's not looked at as a Cinderella league anymore around college basketball.
I don't think so. If you look at the quality of our top team right now in Valpo, really our top 2 seeds in Valpo and Oakland, 2 really good basketball teams. Both those teams could do some damage in the tournament. And really, we've had good luck in the past. People don't quite recall that when Butler was in the league, they were 2 or 3 seeds sometimes going into the NCAA tournament. I think one year they finished 4th, went all the way to the Final Four.
Cameron Morse off the dribble, racing up ahead of the pack, puts it up, no good. Santiago comes down with a rebound. Here's Donlin in rhythm for 3. He's got it! 58-48, back to a 10-point Youngstown State lead. We're joined by the Horizon League Commissioner, John LaCrone, and of course this Northern Kentucky team, the new kid on the block, so to speak, but boy, you'd never know it with the performances that this North squad has put forth throughout the season.
You know, just so pleased to have them, and it's been about the quality of their people. I just can't say enough about John and the job he's doing. You know, and their president, Jeff Mearns, has become a good friend. Ken Butoff, their director of athletics, long-time history in the Horizon League. And for them to come into our league first year and still be a little bit of a transitional team into Division I and really have a chance to play for the 7th seed speaks well of them. So I'm really pleased to have them in the league.
Of course, this Northern Kentucky team picked up their first ever Horizon League team against the Penguins from Youngstown State. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about possible expansion down the road. Is it something you're looking at, or are you pretty content with the membership as it is right now?
I think with the way Division I is right now, you always have to keep your eye on the environment. We call it the environmental scan in membership. So we're always aware. I don't think there's anything imminent, but certainly if there were possibilities, we'd want to react in a positive way to that. But I like where we are as 10, but that doesn't mean a larger number could not be in the cards sometime in the distant or not too distant future.
Of course, here in Youngstown, as we're visiting with Horizon League Commissioner John LaCrone, we're so proud of what so many of the Penguin teams have been able to accomplish. We're biased because we love the Penguins, but from a conference perspective, how pleased are you with what all the Youngstown State teams, the Olympic sports, the men's and women's basketball, it's got to be exciting because the Penguins are doing good things.
Well, one of the great pleasures for me was to sit the first half with President Tressel now. And way back in the day, and many people may not remember this, when we brought Youngstown in the league, there was a guy by the name of Jim Tressel who happened to be the AD here at Youngstown. And it was actually Jim and I that negotiated the deal to bring Youngstown in the league. And I guess he thought so much of that 2 months later, he took the head football coach's job at Ohio State. But Jim's been a great friend, and to be able to reconnect with him now. He's one of my bosses, so Jim's now one of my bosses, being the president here at Youngstown.
As I look back, it's hard for me to imagine and believe that it's been as long as it has been that the Penguins have been a member of the Horizon League, but the league certainly is looking up. It's continuing to grow in prestige, and I'm sure that's very pleasing to you as a conference overall.
It is, and that's one of the reasons I'm really pleased to really test our mettle in Detroit. We haven't been at the quote-unquote neutral site in a long time. It's a fabulous city. It's a 5-year commitment, 2 years in Joe Louis, so we get to play the inaugural year in the Joe Louis, the second year when we're closing Joe Louis down, and then we're the inaugural basketball property into the fantastic Detroit Event Center, which is going to be just unbelievable. So we're looking forward to that.
And the national exposure that the league continues to get through various media platforms, that continues to grow the exposure that this league gets.
I think it does, and it's a real credit to our coaches. I think everywhere around the country, people always say what quality coaches we have.
Yep.
And they talk about our men's coaches not as only great coaches, but they are absolutely great people. So really proud of our coaches. And you think about players like Kay Felder and Alec Peters. Horizon League basketball, it's been a fun year, and the tournament is really going to be special.
And it's always fun when you watch those guys that play in the pros that are former Horizon League players. So many of them, they call themselves former Horizon League standouts. And Commissioner, thank you so much for joining us here at Beagley Center, and all the best to you in tournament. Some further damage to Bobby Hain, but boy, he has left his mark on this program. It's hard to believe he's already winding things down, but as they say, time flies.
Time flies, and again, a great individual, great young man. I'm sure it was tough for him, but he's had a great attitude throughout the entire process.
Holland is cut off. Outside, Deontay Cole knocks it down for three.
You know, we had talked about it. We didn't expect them to shoot the ball that poorly as they did in the first half, and they've upped that to 39% and definitely made a game out of this one.
Santiago loses his footing, gathers, and knocks it down.
Santiago doing a little bit of everything right now. Gives him 6 on the night to go along with his 7 rebounds and 6 assists.
60-53 is our score. Holland out front, much thanks to Horizon League Commissioner John LeCrone for joining us here. That one off the glass, no good. It is cleaned up by Geisler. Outside Johnson, who can hit from a country mile away. Cole. Geisler. Back over to Johnson. Off the dribble. Bounce past Geisler. Off the glass and in.
Johnson does a good job of drawing the defense. Geisler, the recipient. High percentage shot. Northern Kentucky looking like a totally different team in the second half.
5-point lead for Youngstown State. They swing it over to Cameron Morse, who tracks down the errant pass. Morse is fouled, and see who they'll tag, as it'll be the 5th team foul. It's called against Levon Holland. It's number 2 on Holland as Sidney Amude is coming back in. Jordan Kaufman will head to the Penguin bench. Francisco Santiago over to Morse as we're halfway home here in the second half of the regular season finale. Morse off the glass and in, plus the foul.
And that's where Morris is so dangerous. You've got to be careful of him behind the arc, but just has that explosiveness where he can get to the hole and finish.
Jake Geisler picks up the personal. It's his first. Cameron Morse will step to the line. Morse flicks it up and in. And he's up to 16 points. And it is 63-55 Youngstown State. But Northern Kentucky has made this a game.
And Northern Kentucky has a little bit of momentum. They're looking to attack and be aggressive, and there it is.
Levon Holland puts in another in the sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky. Cuts it to a 63-57 Youngstown State lead. Santiago around a screen from Amude. Santiago flips it up and in.
That's an excellent job by Santiago to use the screen, and set it up. And that way he's able to go downhill, attack, and finish for his 8th point of the night.
As we talked about a couple of times tonight, and even most recently with the Horizon League Commissioner, the winner of this game gets the 7 seed in next week's tournament. Penguins force the turnover. YSU with numbers. Back to Morse. Flips it up and in.
You like to see the unselfishness. That's exactly how you run the break. Give it up, give it back.
67-57, 10-point Penguin advantage. Out front, Holland. Here's Cole, now Holland. They work it over onto the right side, Johnson. Now Cole, back to Johnson. He takes the pass back with 10 to shoot. In the paint, Cole short, off the miss. YSU comes down with it in traffic.
Again, right now, YSU able to do a lot of things well to keep this at a 10-point lead and making it difficult for Northern Kentucky, but they've got to make sure that they take care of the basketball.
Another foul on Northern Kentucky's LaVon Holland. That'll be his 3rd. And that is the 7th team foul, which is going to send Sidney Amude to the free throw line. Drew McDonald will come back in for Northern Kentucky. Also back in Cole Murray. So here we go. Amude up and in. Strong night for Sidney Amude. He's up to 15 points. Free throw up, free throw good. So 16 for Amude. His career high is 21, so he's approaching that. Here's Cole, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with 8:01 left.
You know, not only does he have 16 on a night, but really has been very efficient at 6 of 8 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. So again, that's the type of production you'd like to see.
Inside of 8 minutes left, Deontay Cole back outside to Holland. Holland hands it off to Murray. He'll fire for 3 off the back edge, no good. Andrews with a rebound for Youngstown State. And now the Penguins are going to try and run some clock.
And that shot right there really helped out the Penguins. That really wasn't what they needed because YSU doing a great job of attacking, but not able to get that one.
Penguins blow a key opportunity here. Up at the top of the key, it's Holland. Holland whips it over to Murray, firing 3 ball short. Cleaned up by McDonald. He fights it up, it won't go, but he'll go to the free throw line, and he will do it. When we come back, that's going to be the 3rd on Sidney Amude. So, 7:21 left to play in the final regular season game here on the men's side at Bigley Center. Penguins up 69. Stepping to the free throw line is Drew McDonald.
Drew McDonald to the line, shooting 2 shots.
McDonald flicks the first one up and in. He's a 2-time Horizon League Freshman of the Week is McDonald, as you get a look at first-year head coach John Brannon. Coach Brannon has been a part of some big-time programs at the Division I level. Spending some time at Alabama, among other places. 69-59 is our score. Ball is tapped. They whip it ahead to the Penguins. And we have 10 seconds. Penguins unable to get it across. That defensive pressure. So it'll belong to Northern Kentucky.
And that pressure was able to cause just enough problems. That early trap got that turnover.
So the lead is 10. McDonald whips it underneath to Billups, who threw it down.
They're not going to pressure, and they got the turnover and got the lead to 8.
6:48 clock rolling in the second half. Cameron Morse. Outside Donlin. Here is Andrews firing 3 ball. Got it!
Great ball movement. Donlin, perfect pass, leads to a great shot.
Off the dribble, Holland fights it up and in, plus the foul.
Northern Kentucky looking very aggressive. Looks to attack Amude. And you can see it right here on your screen. Holland right at him with the finish. And that'll be the 4th on Sidney Amude, and Kaufman is going to return to the ballgame.
Amude sits down with 16. Kaufman is back into the ball game. He has not scored. Holland trying to complete the end one. And he misses. And the rebound down to Santiago. Santiago off the dribble, has it over to Morse, firing three ball. He knocked it down!
And there's where we talk about those situational threes. Great job by Santiago to get the penetration, have the defense collapse, and then knocking down the three. Cam Morris.
Timeout on the floor, 6:07 left to play. Youngstown State back to a 12-point advantage. Picking up that dribble. Here's Murray. Shot clock down to 13. Holland. Bounce pass left of the lane. Drew McDonald. Spinning shot. It won't go, but he's going to shoot 2 free throws. Jordan Kaufman picks up number 2. So McDonald stepping to the stripe. He has 8 points. And he puts that one up, and it is no good. Drew McDonald had 16 points against Youngstown State in the first meeting. Trying to split the pair, and he does. He has 9. 75-64. Here's Cameron Morse whipping it over to Andrews. Andrews thought about the 3, gives to Morse in the corner. Cameron Morse. The Penguins now will run some clock with a shot clock winding down to 15 seconds. Here's Donlin over to Andrews, firing 3 ball, back of the rim, no good. Cole Murray off the miss with a rebound. Up the floor comes Holland. Holland to Murray at the top of the key. He raises up for 3, back edge, no good. And we have a whistle and a Northern Kentucky foul.
And you like that shot selection by Andrews. Doesn't get the first one off. They get the ball back around, gets the wide open look, not able to capitalize and knock it down. But that's the type of shot selection you like down here, forcing Northern Kentucky to take a quick contested one. Cam Morris gets the rebound, and this is where you've got to take care of the game.
Third foul on Tyler White. The NKU senior from Lima. Morse continues his strong night. What else is new? It seems like every night. It's a huge night for Cameron Morse. He had 29 the other night. And that lost to Wright State.
And Cam's one of those guys, though, too, that kind of sneakily goes along with 4 rebounds, 4 assists to go along with his 23 points, which we've come to expect from him, though.
77-64 in favor of Youngstown State. Tyler White raises up, back of the rim, no good. Off the miss, Penguins come down with it. Here is Santiago. This is Morse. Morse slices his way in, raises up, no good. May have forced that one. Tyler White ends up with it for Northern Kentucky. White whips it into the corner. Murray for 3, around, and it falls out. Pinball basketball. Kaufman has it taken right away from him, and Murray laid it in. You've got to grab the ball.
You definitely have to go after that one like it's your last meal. There's no way that you can let that ball get away from you. Again, Northern Kentucky gets that 50-50 ball.
Morse flips it up and in.
Very capable of getting himself to the rim. 25 points on the night. YSU got to be able to contest now.
79-66. McDonald spinning, putting it up. It won't go, but Kaufman is going to be called for the foul. It'll be his 3rd.
That's a tough call on Kaufman. He was pretty straight up and down in that situation. McDonald does a good job. Again, just a little bit, where his arms. So again, you're going to get that call if you're the offensive player.
Free throw is up and good for McDonald. Nichols is in. Kaufman sits down. So McDonald with 10 points. Penguins with 4 players in double figures, led by Morse, who has 25. McDonald rattles in the second free throw. And it's 79-68. Morse across the time stripe. Morse pitches to Andrews. This is Santiago crossing over. Line, lane, puts it up and in. Puts the foul.
The patience of Santiago. Again, recognized that the defense wasn't going to help too much. Had to take on the big fella. And he got the foul.
Hoop and harm for Santiago. Penguins 81, Norse 68. And as you pointed out on the stat monitor in front of us, Santiago is perilously close to a triple-double. He has 10 points, now 11, to go along with 8 rebounds and 8 assists.
And that's one of those, that would be a stat. You know, I don't know when the last triple-double for YSU has occurred.
Rarely do you see those in the college ranks. LeBron James puts them up, it seems, at will. McDonald back over to White, penetrating on Santiago. White puts it up and in.
An excellent take there by White. Very strong. And we're going to see if YSU is able to handle some of this pressure.
Bryce Nichols takes the feed, breaks the press. Nichols flips it up way too strong. And Nichols is going to hear it from Jerry Slocum after that.
Well, he's definitely not happy with that take to the basket.
Right of the lane, here's McDonald with the left hand, puts it up, no. Cleaned up and stuck back in by Garnett.
And cut back down to 10.
And it is a blocking foul just in front of us.
Very close right there, too. Very close.
Let's take a look. Looked like a good call.
That's a good call, but that also could have gone either way.
So Santiago to the free throw line, trying to increase this 10-point Penguin advantage. 3 minutes left. Penguins have 5 players in double figures. Francisco Santiago has a dozen. Sidney Amude checks in. Bryce Nichols sits down very quickly after that last display. Coach Slocum, I read his lips and he said, quote, "What are you doing?" End quote. Santiago puts it in. And it's 84-72. Holland with the ball for the Norse. Holland takes it over to the right side. They give it to McDonald, backing in on Amude. McDonald in traffic, whips it into the corner. Murray for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good, and McDonald cleans it up, and we have a whistle. And a foul underneath on Amude, and he has just fouled out. And I didn't see exactly what happened.
I think they both were a little bit tangled up there, arm fighting a little bit. That probably was one of those that could have been no harm, no foul in that situation. And you can see the closeout here by both Donlin and Santiago. And we're not going to get a real good look at that one right there. However, again, maybe because you have the steal there with Cam Morris. But a little arm fighting by Amude, but solid performance by him tonight.
Yeah, he had a good ball game. One of those 5 Penguins in double figures. Amude fouls out with 16 points, 3 rebounds and an assist. And the free throw is up, and it is no good.
Very active right from the start of the game. 6 for 8 from the field, 4 of 6, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. And good performance. Hopefully the Penguins can take care of him the rest of the way.
Second free throw up and good. And it is 84-73. Ball is into Kaufman. Got to be assertive to get it across in 10. That pass picked up by Holland. Outside Johnson for 3. That one up no good, and the rebound down to Donlin. And there's a whistle and a foul. I think they just got, it's either Johnson or McDonald. Either one would have been called for a foul. It'll be McDonald picking up number 3. And so back to the free throw line we will go with Matt Donlin stepping to the stripe. Donlin had 18 points the other night against Wright State. 3 threes. So far tonight he has 13. And Donlin knocks it in. Murray back in for Northern Kentucky. 85-73. Of course, next week it is on to the Horizon League tournament. And unless something changes very drastically in this final 2:26, the Penguins will enter play as the 7 seed out of 10 teams. And Northern Kentucky, in all likelihood, would be the 8th seed. Here's Johnson from the free throw line. Back outside to Tyler White. White scoops it up. It won't go. Andrews with a rebound. And there's quickly a foul on Todd Johnson. 86-73.
This is where YSU just has to take care of business. Knock the free throws on. 19 of 27 for 70% as a team. Just continue to knock them in.
Andrews puts the free throw in to make it a 14-point lead. He has 16 points. And Andrews puts it in. Don't forget, we'll be back with you tomorrow. The YSU women will be in action. 5 o'clock is the tip-off. We'll broadcast the game at 10 on MyYTV. Youngstown State and UIC doing battle. Holland knocks it down from up top, and he has 8, and it's 88-75. Northern Kentucky calls a timeout. The Norse with just 1 timeout remaining. Holland's been a good-looking player tonight.
It's been a very good.
So it'll be Penguin basketball out of the timeout. Northern Kentucky with 1 timeout. Youngstown State with 2. Ball is into Morse. Morse slices his way through, gets it across the time stripe, penetrates, feeding it to Kaufman, who flips it up and in.
Morris just beat everyone down the floor. Very quick with the dribble. Kaufman, the recipient, knocks in the layup.
Back outside McDonald for 3 off the front edge. Santiago with a rebound. That is, by my count, his 9th rebound. So he has 13 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. It's going to be tough for him to get that, I think, in the final 141, but who knows? Because at some point, with a 15-point lead and what is going to be, you would hope, a 17-point lead here in a second, the Penguins are going to call off the Dogs here at some point. Free throw up and in.
And not only just call off the Dogs, but not going to be in a real hurry to shoot the ball either. So again, to get those last couple of assists will be very difficult. But a fantastic night all around floor game by Francisco Santiago. Just great to see his kind of leadership and his role develop.
92-75. We're closing in on 90 seconds left to play. Holland puts it up. It won't go. Kaufman with a rebound. Cameron Morse. And the Penguins now will slow things up. They'll have to break the pressure. Morse spinning free. They get it across to Kaufman. Here's Donlin. And now Donlin does what Coach Slocum wants, and that is hold your horses.
Coach Slocum almost went out and grabbed him on the floor. He definitely was in his ear right there, making sure there wasn't any type of lob pass or something like that.
Santiago puts it up, no good. Rebound tapped around, and it's taken away by the Norse. As we're down to just about a minute left, Holland whips it back outside. Murray for 3, off the rim, no good. Kaufman with a rebound, and Kaufman is fouled with 55.4 seconds left. And Holland picks up, I beg your pardon, it's McDonald picking up the personal. It is his 4th.
Really like to see the Penguins right now with the offense and just the distribution that they have with Cam Morris, 25 points, Jordan Andrews with 17, Amude with 16, Donlin 15, and Santiago 15, and that'll be Kaufman's 3rd point of the night with that free throw. But anytime that you can get guys and 5 guys scoring in double figures, that's a pretty impressive night.
94-75. Inside the final minute of this one as Johnson raises up for three and off the miss. The rebound comes down to Santiago, so now he has 10 rebounds. The last time 5 Penguin players scored in double figures, well, it wasn't too long ago. It was a week ago against Green Bay. It was a loss. Penguins exploded in that first half, but Santiago is now going to dribble this thing out. And the Penguins will turn it over with 16.6 seconds left. Thought maybe he'd whip it over and try and get another assist, but he's going to come up 2 assists shy of a triple-double. So what can you say about Francisco Santiago as we play out the final 10 seconds? McDonald comes up with the rebound, but the Penguins are going to head to tournament play with some momentum. Final seconds tick on down. Final score in this one here tonight. It is Youngstown State 94, Northern Kentucky 75. We'll wrap it up when